nabuziza ekibuuzo nembuuza nti abantu aba couple eri legally married nti bafumbo bakuuma batya omukwano mu long distance? How do legally married couples maintain romance and intimacy in long distance relationships?
I think long distance relationship is one of the hardest relationship. Yes, because the fact that you're not near your partner, you're not close to your partner, and talk about your husband, you know, or your wife that you're supposed to be close to, you know, all the time. I think the most important thing is to keep on hearing the voice of each other. That is, keep on calling. And like I said earlier on, we thank God that the technology has advanced. Yeah, true. And so there are video calls, calling each other, seeing each other. There's a way it keeps you as in a relationship. So calling each other more frequently, doing video calls. Secondly, texting romantic messages. But of course, you have to be very careful, because after all that, the body can start to speak to you as a person, and your partner is not there with you. So also have to be mindful to what extent, and make sure it will not lead you into something which is not right. But in all that, you must be committed, mean what you say, and say what you mean. If you say, I love you, mean what you say, I love you. When you love your partner, you'll be able to wait for your partner until he has come. You'll be able to have self-control of your body, knowing that you vowed before God, before people, and before everybody else, and say, I'll be with you. I'll forsake all men, I'll forsake all women, and I'll be you. I'll be with you, and I'll be faithful. So those words are very, very important. So because some people give an excuse that, you know, I was talking to him on phone, I was talking to her on phone, and this ended up, I was tempted. So long distance relationship, even though it is hard, but you still have to control, you still have to be in charge of your body. So communication is very, very key. It's very, very important. Secondly, surprise gifts.
Okay.
Maybe it's her birthday or his birthday. You can, DHL is there.
Of course.
You know,
of course.
It's there. You can send a gift and make sure you send it. Or you can do a voice note and sing to sing for him, you know, happy birthday.
Collect a group of friends.
Do a video call and sing for him, or give a powerful prayer. You know, those things they keep, you know, that intimate, that you know. So communication is key to me. And of course, pray about it. I'll emphasize on prayer, because I've seen prayer working for me. After all we have done, what we have done, we still need God to keep our relationship or our marriages. But communication is key. Respect your spouse. Texting messages, hey, I'm checking on you, good morning messages, good afternoon, good evening, have a nice lunch, we are having food here, come, let's have lunch. And me, you know, keep that communication, keep it. Don't become too busy for your spouse, don't become too busy for your boyfriend. Keep talking, keep communicating, but try to make sure the communication you are communicating is not leading to the other side, but it keeps you, the two of you, to be engaged. By the time he goes to bed, and to have these long hours of talk at night, maybe you're off work. I know sometimes time differences, but still create that time for each other. Create that time and have that long talk on phone. Talk about everything. How was your day? How was your meeting? You're putting on what today? How do you look? Were you smart? You know,
you need to send him even a peek.
See how do I look? I'm going for an interview. Update each other the progress. Talk about God. How are you prayerful? Share the scriptures. You know, share the scriptures. Talk about God. How important it is to study the word of God. Sometimes study the word together.
It's actually one of those strongest
romantic that keeps a marriage. Pray together, and always study together the Bible, have that time, and also have time to talk about you as you, the two of you, the future plans. Yes, the children, you know, talk about all those things. What are you planning in the next 5 years? Where are we heading to? All those things are very, very important. And
I will ask a very wonderful, strange question right here. I love, Benny is watching already. Oh yeah, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Happy to have you on the show. Our last discussion, you were talking about texting, we are talking about keeping the romance, the intimacy in long distance relationships. Like you said, we're in a generation that is really very digital. Technology is really at a high advanced, and people Skype, people WhatsApp, their video calls, their Facebook calls, and everything.
There is so much available.
Now, to married couples who do not stay with each other and they're in long distance, we have had cases of nudes leaking, sexting. You know what it means, you know, doing video calls when people are basically nude and they are married. Is that allowed? Because we have had that question coming through, and I think it's what is really, really happening in this generation a lot. Yes.
Me as a born-again Christian, I totally don't agree with that. Because after all that, what next?
What next?
After all that, what next? Leads to masturbation.
Yeah.
Leads to buy a prostitute. Leads to
cheating.
Go out cheating. So I would say that there's a better way of doing all these things. That is just having a clean conversation. Plan things together. Plan when you can meet, when you can see each other. Pray together. It can keep that marriage. Sharing the word together. Being naked and all that might not help you. You might think it's helping, but it can create more problems for you. Because after all that, then what next? What is going to happen?
In long distance,
you know,
it will be just a pleasure of a few minutes.
Of a few minutes, but you know, what has it made you to do? What have you done at the end of the day? So to me, I'm totally against it, because it might lead into something which is not right. The Bible said our bodies are the temple of the Holy Ghost. There's a way you carry yourself.
Exactly.
There's a way this body should be respected. Of course, when you are two of you are in your bedroom, you are together, then you are married, then you are free to do whatever you would want to do. But now you are on phone and you are doing all these things. At the end of the day, you are not meeting. This remains where he or she is, and is that side.
Yes.
And then if you fail to control, then what's going to happen? And then tomorrow you're going to blame yourselves in the things that you have done. You live in guilty of the things that you have done.
So how should someone imagine they are really, really having crazy days, they're having very tempting days, they are really, really up at that, and they are in long distance. I imagine they can't even meet. I'm thinking of a couple that probably can't meet maybe 3 years down the road, and they're married.
I think these all things start in the brain, in the mind, and that's what I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, because even when you are married, more these things start in the mind. It's what you are telling your mind. Of course, we cannot deny that the body can speak, but you are in control of your body.
Very much.
You can speak to your body. You can tell your body what to do, and the body can listen to you. Yes. So if you think every time it's all about, think about the sisters, the widows who have lost their husband.
Oh my God.
Is she going to run around and some of them, they're young widows, very, very young, that they were so energetic and very active in their bedrooms. But this happened. Or a young widower who has lost a wife. Do you want them to go around moving around and raping people? That's not the way to go. So I think you can still talk to your body. Yeah, because they are telling my body is speaking and I'm in those high days, you know. I think you can have self-control to your body, speak to your body. And when you are a child of God, you have the power to control your body. There are so many things that you can do to make yourself busy. Even you can can still talk to your husband, have a wonderful marriage, not cheating, and you are in a long distance relationship. That doesn't mean that it's not difficult. It is difficult.
Very difficult.
After hearing the voice of the person you love, this is the person you are married to, and you can't be with him, still need self-control. And to me, I really respect, I think I have high respect for the people that have been able to have self-control in their lives, because people have faced a lot of challenges. Let me give you an example, or let me ask you a question. Live around the long-distance relationship. We all know things can happen at any time, and God forbid that should not happen to either one of us, yes, or to anybody who is watching.
Yes.
But let's assume your husband has got an accident, and the manhood been affected.
Oh my God.
And you are staying together in the house. So
that's more like long distance, actually.
What are you going to do? Are you going to pack your bags and say marriage is done, I'm leaving, I'm going, because my body is too high, it's telling me something like this? This is the time where you need to know that marriage is not all about sex, yet you have to do it. You are married. It's one of the ways that you should, because it's something, the gift that God has given to a couple that is married, but it's not, it does not contribute 100%. It does. It's important. It's good. You must do it. But in the scenarios like that, in the cases like that, what are you going to do? You're going to stay in that marriage and keep your marriage and make sure marriage is going on well. It might be difficult, but God will give you the grace to go through that period.
Wow.
So, self-control.
Thank you very much, Mami. That is, she mentioned very strong, heavy and emotional statements in there, but we thank you for really bringing the light to us. Pastor Alfred says long distance relationship is now possible because of digital season compared to analog time of using box number. Oh my God, those days of
that was more difficult. Yes.
Send a letter and it takes about 4 months to actually reach some gentleman, and I'm imagining you probably put a message particularly for that particular
but
time.
By the way, yes, it was. It's a longer way of communicating.
Actually.
But if you can do it even now, it's more romantic.
Mommy, letters are beautiful.
Letters are so beautiful.
I received a long distance later, and it was so beautiful. I was like, okay, I'm back to
imagine how many just repeating, reading it, and and you're just flashing back, and you're just laughing, smiling there by yourself. I think yes, it was a longer way, but I think it's also kind of romantic if you do it now. Imagine receiving a letter, and even though people who are married, by the way, you can even do this nowadays. Wake up, write a note when your spouse is waking up. Getting a note on the pillow or on the door, how romantic it is. So one of those things that spike the marriages, that makes fire burning in the marriages. Letters, I would.
Mommy, I think I'm just one of those people that love the old ways of communicating. Like I miss the days of letter writing. I think I used to be one of the, even just my friends, I would enjoy just writing a letter. I would, I could have the opportunity to talk to you as Mommy, but I would love to sit down and actually write.
And pour your heart,
I put it there. Sometimes we even put flowers.
You know what I'm thinking about you? That I can advise you? Do it on your wedding. Just write a letter for him and write your own vows.
Well, why are you getting into our closet?
Because I can see what you want, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's also important because right now what I'm also seeing in marriages, romance is dying out. In most marriages, people are becoming too busy. The world is so busy. Everybody's chasing this and this. But these are the things that you can also bring in your marriage and can help your marriage actually and make you to enjoy more. There's no need for you to go out and look for somebody better. That person you are with is the best person for you. Just create, just be creative, just bring more fire in your marriage, do things that works for you. Do you know just a flower of 1,000 makes a difference in a marriage? Just buy a flower for your wife. You go in Chikobo there, buy that flower.
Waiting for it. Now the proposal ended. I'm imagining the ladies that on their proposals didn't have the flowers, and probably it's an imagination, it's a fantasy they've been looking up to, and they're looking for probably just one day. The man will actually come with a flower. Maybe she's still in bed and be like, baby, this and this, or maybe the day she's given birth. Some men just come with flowers, spice up the love. I mean, she's brought a new being in your life. And
you know, sometimes people think that it's too much money, but some of these things, they don't really cost much. And in most cases, this is an advice to my sons, to men out there. Some of these things is not all about money. A lady, especially the one who loves you, she might not be really looking at the money. She's looking, because a gift to me, I don't look at normally at the money, the price. I look at the thought behind the gift, that you have thought about me. You were thinking about me. That one alone makes me to value whatever you have given to me, and I receive it with gratitude, because a gift has been given. And for someone to give you that gift, he has thought about you. Yeah, if you had not thought about you, you wouldn't have go his way to buy that gift. So when we do these things in marriages, in a relationship, there is a way they build this relationship and this intimacy. And
it helps. Like, how come those guys are still like this? It's many years, but they're
what's
still
going
like
on?
They still call each other baby, honey,
exactly.
darling.
Yes.
Some people just say, Tata Gundi. They no longer.
They're already tired. They want to come out. You know, they think they're in a prison. Yet is what you have. The life, it's you to decide what do you want, how do you want to live your marriage. So even this long distance relationship, they do work, and of course some of them they don't work, but most of the time they do work. If two of you plan to do things together, communicate, pray together, plan together, and make sure you are in touch all the time. You communicate. And those small surprises that we've talked about, maybe it's a birthday, maybe it's end of the year, maybe it's a new month, you know, something like that, just something that you thought about.
You're waiting for his birthday to
for his birthday. No, you can't even just out of a blue and just say, today it's your day. I just offered just to think about you. Some people just wait for Valentine, and they think, no, you can be Valentine every day. Yeah, it's true. You just create it the way you decide to live your relationship, to do your things. Be creative, talk about it, laugh, you know. Don't just call sometimes also you are calling over demanding and all that. Just call and check. I'm just checking on you. How is the weather? Maybe it's in the US and it's cold, and maybe it's winter time. I've just called. Are you putting on a sweater? Are you having a scarf? Something like that. You know, someone's like, oh, she cares about me. She thinks about me. Take a cup of coffee, rest, just go for gym, something like that. And when you're in the gym, let's talk, something like that. I'm going for a walk, and you are talking. That one alone keeps you going, than these nude pictures and all that. Some of them, they have done those things, and they have exposed each other at the end of the day. We have seen people, the pictures have sent all over. They have gone viral on social media when somebody's naked. So to me, communication.
I've not picked a leaf. I've taken a whole plant. I'm just praying that I plant it in my house and it actually grows. I will ask my very last question right now. For people that we have had cases where girls are in long distance relationships, they are dating, but the guy, they're not legally married, they're just dating, but I'm asking how long should this girl wait for this man? Because I mean, there are those that haven't even been introduced to the other person's family. No one knows them. They're just in their car, they're just in their car space alone of like, we are dating, we know each other, we are in a relationship, but it's only the two of you that knows
about it. Yes.
No family member, no relative, no friend that knows about it. How long should a girl wait for such a man who is actually promising heaven on earth, I'm coming back to marry?
Of course, I think in most cases start by the two of people knowing each other, meeting. Then every relationship has to grow, and not every relationship leads to marriage. That's what people need to understand. Not every relationship leads to marriage. Yeah. So yes, you can meet and you can talk and you think and start to have a relationship. You have to look into so many things. First of all, how committed is this person? Because you have to be committed to each other. How committed is this person? Of course, you can't be committed after only 1 week and is already committed, or you are already committed. You give it a time. Continuous talking. Maybe in that talking, you find yourself that you are you need each other. You can find yourself that you really deserve to be together, and it can start growing. you see where the conversation is going. How somebody can spend a day without talking to you, all those things. How somebody can spend a day without calling you, texting you, finding how you are doing, and slowly it's growing. So you can see a relationship which is leading to marriage and a relationship which is leading to nowhere. And if someone is not going to marry you, or she's not going to marry you, they become too busy for you. They are no longer picking your calls. They are not there for you. They don't reply your texts. They are online, seeing them typing, but they don't have time to talk to you. And you are still waiting. What are you waiting for? He has already shown you that you are not that important. But if someone cannot spend time, some cannot spend time without talking to you. They are missing you. It feels that there is what is missing. There's but you don't have to say 100% because he has talked to me, 100% is going to marry me. Continue praying, continue watching, also reply and see where it's leading to. If someone, okay, he's far, but papers are not allowing him to come, he doesn't have maybe the way to come, but he loves you, he can still send you to his sister. I'm sending my sister to come and meet with you, and you meet with the sister, a relationship start with a sister or a cousin to a family like that. You can see where it's heading to, doing this. And sometimes small gifts can lead you, okay, I think this way. And the way he talks to you on phone or she talks to you on phone, they are okay. There are those who are very good, that can double. They can double when they are eating everywhere. That's why also prayer comes in, that the Lord can help you to see whether you're the right person or not. Because some people are very good in pretending. But you continue watching, continue talking, seeing where it's going. But never put yourself, especially when you are lady, a position where you're the only one who is pursuing. You are the only one. Calls are coming from you. Texts are coming from you. Looking for him coming from you. Everything is from you. Relationship it's two sides. It's two sides. You have to look for me, I have to look for you as well, and see. We have to miss each other. Why only me missing you? So it's important.